I welcome you all to online Repertory Training Course 2023. I convey my gratitude Dr. Kalatia sir for giving me this opportunity to be one among you all. About this online Repertory Training course is mainly, the main objective of this course is how to convert patient's language into repertorial language, rubrics, how to master case taking and case analysis, and personal mentoring about rubric hunting by rubric selection. So mainly in this online course, the mentors will be giving you some suggestions, and every homeopath can take full advantage of this course. And I kindly request all the homeopaths and doctors to take full advantage of this course and try to be in active mode. Uh, Try to give your suggestions too. I request the senior most homeopaths to give valuable suggestions and guidelines. So the tributes to Dr. Kristen Frederick Samuel Hahnemann, father of homeopathy. So my topic is delusions in detail. How to take the rubrics of delusions in detail. I mean, how to analyze the delusions when you take the case history. When you see if at all if there is any delusions, how to consider those delusions, or how easily we can analyze those delusion cases. I mean, rubrics. So, what is the importance of delusions in detail? Actually, I'm going in a little bit in detail of delusions. Why? Because every homeopath and every the young birds in homeopathy, the internists and PGs, okay, they need to learn more about the individual rubrics in detail to analyze the rubrics, to analyze the case in deep, in depth. Dear friends, I am going to deal with delusions in detail. This is my topic on this day for online repertory training course. So we need to have a full idea of the delusions. Why? Because if at all if you get any delusions in any case, it should be in a simplified way. I mean, we need to convert the patient symptoms into delusions rubric, and at the same time after conversion into the delusions rubric, we need to say which type of delusions the patient is under. So I will explain in detail about the delusions. So one of the many problems we encounter in homeopathy, in practicing homeopathy, is the conversion of patient's language into repertorial language. Okay, in order to overcome this problem, one need to understand exactly the meaning of each rubric. Okay, the rubrics as complete as possible, and the additional rubrics and remedies and cross references by variety of reliable authors should be known. When we select the accurate rubric, when we select the very nearer rubric, we get the almost accurate remedy. By the reference of the materia medica, we can confirm whether we are giving the right remedy or wrong remedy. Okay, so now, as you know, almost we all use the homeopathic software. So the software, what it does, whatever we enter the rubrics, it gives the output will be the given based upon our inputs only. Okay, so garbage in is garbage out. So when we select the accurate rubric, when we select the nearer rubric, then we can get the accurate remedy and we can see the results very fast enough, as Hahnemann said in the first of origin. Okay, so coming to the delusions, it is fixed false belief that cannot be altered by rational arguments and cannot be accounted for by the cultural background of the individual. Okay, so delusions is nothing but the false belief. They believe that, I mean, it is there. They believe that they have seen something. They believe that someone is behind them. So this is all like, believe in their thought process. So a delusion is a belief that is clearly false and that indicates an abnormality in the affected person's content of thought. Okay, this is mainly because of the they believe in their thought process. So subconscious mind, they think that as if like they are saying something behind them, or someone is behind them. This is a false belief. Okay, it is not accountant for personal culture or religious background, but it is level of intelligence. Okay, so the key feature of delusion is the degree to which the person is convinced that belief is true. A person with a delusion will hold firmly to believe regardless of evidence to the contrary. Even if someone says that it is not true, even if someone really convince them, they won't believe. I mean, they won't come into the normal state. They think that it is there, and they will be in a firm belief in their perspective. Okay, so, what are the most common types of delusions? As I said earlier, that I would be dealing this delusions rubric in detail. Why? Because when we take the case history, when if at all if we get the very delusions rubric in the case history, so we need to see in which type of delusion the patient comes. Okay, so first it is a delusions of grandeur. This type of delusion where the people think that I am the smartest person alive. I should be president or king of the world. Okay? They believe that one has special powers beyond those of a normal person. They think that I know everything. I am the great person. I know I got very great intellectuals. Okay? They say that I am the great. Everyone are very less to me. I mean, they see as a superiority complexity. This type of people come into the type of delusions that is grandeur. Okay, so next type of delusions is delusions of guilt. Delusions of guilt, these people comes under, they think as if at all if they go into the remote state. Okay, in a guilt is false belief that one is guilt or responsible for something. If at all if we take an example, last week we have seen the soccer football, the finals between Argentina and France. Both teams were played very well, and ultimately, even in the extra time also, they could not do any goals. I mean, both the teams were three each goals. So after the extra time, the umpire goes where the Argentina goalkeeper is very smart enough to stop the goals, whereas the France is little bit, I mean, is unable to stop the goals. So France has lost in a penalty shootouts. So ultimately, the goalkeeper may think that because of my inactivity, because of I could not stop the goals, and this is sort of a delusion of guilt. Okay, if at all, if anything happens, if the person thinks that because of me this has happened, because of me that project has missed, because of me someone has got some sort of pain, or this group of delusions comes in the characterization of guilt. Okay, delusions of guilt, they come into this group of guilt. Okay, next is erotomanic delusions. In these erotomanic delusions, the patient or people think that some famous personality is in love with them. They think I am convinced that she loves me. Some famous personality, famous, or some people think that that hero is in love with me, that heroine is in love with me. Okay, so this sort of delusions is erotomanic delusions. Coming to the next type of delusion is ideas of reference. Okay, if at all if anything happens to any incident, for say if at all if you have gone to some places, and so if they say that this place has been the event has been related to me only, I have seen this event earlier, so whatever happens they think that it is happened to the unique related to the individual. Believe that some event is uniquely related to the individual. The newscasters are reporting directly about me. They think that whatever happens, whatever see in the TV or newspaper, they think that it is almost related to me. It comes into the ideas of reference. So next is paranoid. Paranoid is irrational belief that one is being followed or tracked by targeted. The FBI is tracking me. and staking at my house. The people behind me, they think that someone is following me. They want to track me. This is comes under the paranoid delusions. It is almost like closely related to that they are spying. Okay, so persecutory delusions is also nearer to the paranoid, where one is believed by, followed, and harassed by gangs. Okay, so my classmates are all ganging up on me because I have different opinions. They want to hurt me. In these persecutory delusions, they think that someone is following at the same time. They want to hurt you. This type of delusions is persecutory delusions. And next come to the delusions is thought broadcasting. Thought broadcasting is belief that one's thoughts can be heard by others. I can hear everything you without you saying a word. So they think that whatever your thought process are going on, I can analyze you. I can say what your thought process are. This sort of subconscious feeling is comes into the thought broadcasting. So next type of delusion is somatic delusion. The somatic delusions is mostly the patients think that they have been suffering with unknown incurable diseases. Like we can see the delusions incurable disease, and they think that some incurable, I mean, suffering from cancer. My scalp itches, and therefore I must have incurable head lice. The somatic delusions, even the rubric which undergoes like hypochondriasis. Okay, they think that something is in my stomach and it is paining, and some incurable disease is there. So we need to understand this delusions type, because if we if we classify the rubrics into this type of delusions, it will be very helpful for the homeopath to go to the nearer to the case history, to go to the nearer to the cure process. Okay, so let us see the delusions of grandeur. I will be showing some probable homeopathic rubrics which come under this delusions of grandeur. Okay, so my main intention is to give some sort of suggestion, some sort of inquisitiveness to young homeopaths to do the research perspective in this sort of field. I mean, as in the coming days, we may see most type of delusions and delirium cases. Okay, if you are perfect with the delusions and delirium rubrics, we can go for the complete cure. Okay, so as I said earlier, the delusions of grandeur, the patient feels that they are very great enough and they have got the great qualities. If at all, if they have got the great wealth, the smarts, and other grand traits, then it's true. They think that they have got the greatest qualities. Okay, so as I said, it is true belief. So some of the let me make it very clear. Delusions of grandeur, the probable homeopathic rubrics of delusions of grandeur are: the patient thinks that delusions is a great person. Delusions, she ought to be reverenced by all around her, is a great person. Delusions, while he is great, humility and lowness of others. Delusions, himself to be Christ. Delusions, divine being, and deeds as if he could do, sensation as if he could do great deeds. Delusions, he is better than others. Delusions, greatness as to body and mind in plants, gigantic plants, making many plants. So delusions, messenger from God, he is. Delusions, she is a messenger. Delusions, distinguished he is. Delusions is an emperor. Delusions, he is a prince. Delusions, she is a queen. Delusions, he is general. Delusions, he possesses infinite knowledge. Delusions, proud. Delusions, he is a person of rank. Delusions is superhuman. Delusions, he or she is tall. Delusions of magnificent grandeur, as visions of magnificent grandeur. Delusions of superiority. Delusions, she is full of powerful. Delusions is strong. Delusions, good and he is strong. Delusions, Indian prince. An Indian prince he is. Delusions, people seem mentally and physically inferior. So some of the rubrics which come under the delusions of grandeur, I have given only few rubrics, and still you can search in the softwares. Okay, and these are the rubrics I took from the synthesis Adonis, which has got the latest software from the radar opus. Okay, so we can compare with the even if at all, if we go for analysis and evaluation of this rubrics of whatever the rubrics which I have selected, probable homeopathic rubrics. The main remedies which coming is platina, cannabis indica, veratrum album, stramonium, etc. Okay, so I won't say that if at all, if the patient has came with the delusions of is a great, or which the rubrics which come under the delusions of grandeur, you have to directly go with the platina or veratrum cannabis indica. That is not the correct way of prescribing. As you all know, as I said earlier also, this is the online training course, and my main motto and my main ambition is to give some sort of inquisitiveness and encouragement to the young homeopaths to do the research work. Okay, so my case, coming to the case history, the patient XYZ, age 25 years, resident of Hubli, Karnataka, even they stay in Hyderabad too. He is the theatre manager. This case was taken in December 2004. In my initial days of practice, I started my practice in September 2004. So I got very good cases, and this is one case where I learned a lot from this case about the delusions and how the case analysis we need to do. And his main sufferings is from suffering from gastric irritation since 2 years. Patient complains that he got anxiety after loss of money, business loss, and even he got body pains, trembling while walking, concentration difficult, forgetfulness, memory weak, and he was in a state of absorbed condition. While taking the case history, he used to go as if like in a blank mode. So when I insist him again to say about his symptoms, he used to say that he goes on talking. I mean, his complaints where he used to be in a what do you call, in a loquacious mode of mind. So even he got the fear by seeing people quarreling, and he wants to be alone. He never likes to be in a company. Even company aversion is there. Okay, so about his sleep was normal. Dreams, he said that he used to get the dreams of God, and in the dreams also he used to see some temples. Okay, and he got some religious affections also. Religious affections in the sense he always wants to go to temple, and daily he used to pray from the morning 5 to 8 o'clock. At the age of 25 years, if at all, if the individual is much giving importance to the prayers, or so we can go nearer affections to the religious affections, and we can think about the fanatism in the religious. Okay, his thirst was thirstless, appetite was normal, and he complained the patient is a hot patient. Okay, he got desires of chicken and neck, and his stools were normal. And life history, since from childhood days, his parents were very strict with him, and always his father was very dominating, and he used to beat him. So dear friends, so coming to case, I am just presenting the superficial aspect in this case. So he was in a state of delusions. I mean, based upon his complaints, I have indicated stramonium 200 single dose and placebo for 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, I have seen no major changes. So he was in a state of same delusions, and he was in a loquacious condition, and he is narrating all his symptoms, and he was saying that I got the special features. I mean, I got the special powers that I can communicate with the God, and even I used to talk with the God in the night times, I see the ghost and I know, I mean, so in this fashion he's talking, and based upon his analysis, based upon his the way, based upon his expression of symptoms, based upon his saying of symptoms, I took the delusions, his communication with God, the one rubric, and next is I took that he is a messenger from God, and next is delusions, specters, ghosts, and spirits. Okay, so based upon this, I got the Veratrum album. So Veratrum album 10 single dose was given. So it was given in the month of almost say after 1 month. So after giving the Veratrum album 10 single dose, the patient got very good improvement in his perspective of thoughts, his presence of mind, his concentration is improved, and overall the gastric complaints got improved. So I have seen very fast results after giving the Veratrum album 10. So if at all, if we go, if we select the correct rubric and correct remedy, so we can see the results very fast enough. But based upon the complete analysis, complete case taking, and as we all know that every case is individual case, so based upon the individualization, we need to select the remedy. So in this case, after selection of the Veratrum album 10 single dose, I got very good result and patient got much benefited. Let us read one more rubric, and this is mind delusions himself to be Christ. In this, I am comparing with the synthesis Adonis Repertory and Complete Repertory 2021, where in synthesis Adonis they have added the 5 element, like 5 related groups of remedies, and plumbamate is there in synthesis Adonis. Whereas the Complete Repertory, the plumbamate is not present, and even the 5 element. Okay, so the important remedy of plumbamate is absent in this important rubric. So let us read why the Veratrum album is given this 3 grade marks. Okay, so in this Veratrum album, the main theme in the Veratrum album is they got the confusion of mind, confusion of identity. Okay, the Veratrum patient has a profound confusion about his identity. He thinks he is a Christ or John the Baptist or a chosen person to save the world. So because of the confusion of mind, they think like this. They will be in a delusion mode. Okay, based upon this, the rubric, the Veratrum has given the 3 grade, and in the cannabis indica, he imagines that he possessed infinite knowledge and power of vision, and he is a Christ and come to restore the world perfect peace. So the differentiation of remedies, if we do the differentiation of remedies in particular rubrics, we get very nearer to the remedy. Okay, so if at all, if we study in this fashion, if we do the differentiation of remedies, if we analyze the rubric in such a way so that we will remember the rubric, and it will be very much benefited to the homeopath, and it is much important for every homeopathic doctor to do the in-depth analysis of rubrics. Okay, so dear friends, if time permits, we will definitely do the remaining types of delusions with the probable rubrics. So I convey my gratitude to one and all. Thank you for patiently hearing. I hope you all enjoyed my session. This is Dr. G. Sridhar from Hyderabad. Thank you one and all.